This video has a couple of points to make. First of all, I'd like to say, does anyone else out there have a problem when they're trying to watch anything on YouTube? Whenever I watch anything political at all, or with a strong point of view, I can't get it to play any more than a third of the way through. Then the little counter that tells you the amount of time goes back to the start. Whenever I try to watch any of my own videos, it's the same thing. It won't play the videos. What's wrong with YouTube that they can't play these videos? It seems to me unlikely that Google, with all the money they have, can't fix a thing that already worked. YouTube worked just fine until Google started fucking with things. And the only reason I can see that they'd want to do that is because people controlling them want to stop people like you and me having a political point of view. This is how both the Great Wars started, by oppressive people trying to stop other people who had a point of view from making that point of view verbally. And if you won't let me make my point of view to you verbally, then I'm going to beat you in the head until you listen to me. That's the way humans are. This is going to turn into a war if we can't make our points on YouTube and discuss it like adults, like humans should do, instead of have a war and kill each other the way humans do. I was trying to watch a video about Hitler and Mein Kampf and Germany during the period after World War I, which is the period that really started everything that's happening right now in the world. The reason for the rise of the Nazi Party in Germany was because the victors of World War I set about Germany after they had won and divided up, divided their money, divided their power, divided everything they had, took everything and left a whole country with nothing. The German people were left with nothing after World War II and World War I. The Versailles Treaty was an absolute disgrace. This left a situation open for a demoralised people who were looking for a new ethos, something that would then give them power again. And once they had it, they weren't going to relinquish it. World War II started mainly because Adolf Hitler was trying to negotiate with other people as Chancellor of Germany and the other parts of the world. And then Neville Chamberlain of England, the Prime Minister of England, who was a not too smart a guy compared to Hitler, who was very bright and very well read. And he couldn't handle Hitler. He couldn't be in the same room as him and have a conversation where he could talk Hitler around to his point of view. And he was scared of Hitler because Hitler was a strong, intelligent speaker. So he said, I will not, his exact word, maybe not exact, but close to exact words were, I will not deal with that man under any circumstances, Adolf Hitler. Regardless of if he wants peace, if he wants negotiations, I will not deal with him. Okay, well, if you'd said that to me, it's time to pick up the means of war and start fighting. And that's exactly what happened. And then, of course, as power corrupts and ultimate power corrupts ultimately, it all went terribly wrong. The Jews have been unpopular with everyone all through history. And when Adolf Hitler started his anti-Semitic way of thinking, it was quite popular in America, quite popular, very popular in Australia, and very popular all around the world. Pope Pius XII, leader of the Catholic Church, was 100% behind them. The Third Reich was financed by George W. Bush's grandfather, and it all happened because of complete nonsense. And it wouldn't have happened if we had YouTube in those days. And the ordinary people like you and me who have no power could talk about it, discuss it, and decide not to go to war. Decide to not join their armies. If we had a world of conscientious objectors, then we may have a world that was filled with peace instead of war. I wouldn't mind a war if it's you against me. If I was Adolf Hitler and I could go and fight Neville Chamberlain in the boxing ring, I would have done that. And it would have saved the lives of millions and millions of people who had nothing to do with it, really. Instead, we kill children. We bomb each other's children. America killed more people in dropping 2 bombs than any other nation has ever done in the history of humanity. yet they're seen as the sign of freedom. The only way we can stop this kind of thing happening again is to stop fighting one another for our beliefs, because we believe our beliefs are right and your beliefs are wrong. The only way to do it is to say, I have a point of view and you have a different point of view. Let's talk about it and we'll work something out where we're both comfortable with it. That's the only way it will happen. Until we do that, we're going to be killing children for until we ever get it together. I'm so upset that humans are so stupid. World War I started purely because Gavrilo Princip went up and killed Archduke Ferdinand and his wife in a carriage to make his point of view. Wouldn't it have been so much better if he'd went on YouTube and said, you know, Archduke Ferdinand's a cocksucker. I think so because of this. Free Sarajevo, or whatever his message is. Instead, it plunged the entire world into chaos for many years, until everyone's so sick of it that they all just stopped. Personally, I really think there's way too many humans on the planet, and if there was a let's all go and be lemmings, and I think everyone who's an adult should be thinking of the children and the children's children. If you're thinking of yourself, then you're not a valid member of society. You cannot call this a society. Society is when you try to make this a better world for the children to come, whether they're white, black, Jewish, Muslim, or even Christian. Will someone out there please stand up and have the convictions of the things they say? Let's do it through this peaceful means rather than killing each other. Don't you think we could maybe do that, and don't you think it would maybe be better? The only thing I don't really like about YouTube, apart from it not working all the time, it was bad enough when the little thing would go round and round and you heard people talk like this for half a sentence, and now on top of that, once you get half an hour later, you get through 3 minutes of it, and it goes back to the start. If anyone out there is interested in computers, the internet, and knows something about it and works in that field, please contact me. I think if a group of people get together and we start a different YouTube, we put something out that is the Peace Tube or something like that, where people can go up and say what I'm saying right now or whatever their views are. I wish Adolf Hitler was here today so he could do it, and then I could say, no, you're wrong, how about this? And he'd go, fuck you, I think this. And then we would have a peaceful means. I'm sick of this planet, I'm sick of human beings, and I would gladly leave it if I could. If I didn't feel guilty about leaving this behind, so all the children that are going to have to go to war to fight for rich men's riches and die for nothing. Another thing I really believe, I don't want to reproduce my gene. I do not want, and before anyone says it, every time I've said that before, some dumbass Christian or whatever says, oh, well, thank you from the world for not reproducing your gene. Yeah, well, that's fair enough. I'm an angry young man, or was until I got old. And now I'm an angry older man. And yeah, I think the world could be better if I wasn't in it. But only if I could take all the other angry men with me and leave this to the peaceful people and the children. Israel's completely wrong for bulldozing children's homes. The Arabs are wrong for sending rockets back. You're all fucking wrong for killing children in the name of your God, you cocksuckers. Stop doing it. And if anyone's got a complaint about me and anyone doesn't like me, don't poke me in the back. Don't stab me in the back. Tell me here where you are, and I'll come there and we'll discuss it like men through pugilism. And I'm quite happy to do that with anyone. Bigger than me, I'm only 5'5". Come in, any one of you that's a taker, I'll fucking take you on if you really believe in what you say and you think I'm wrong. And after I beat you senseless to the ground, I'll pick you up, dust you off, and carry you home and drink a beer with you, or whatever you want to do, in order that we can then talk about it like true men, like gentlemen.